Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss PRS SE versus PRS S2. What do you think? Alright, so both lines are great. The SE line has many more signature models of guitars, while the S2 line has stripped down versions of the classic models that you know and love from the core line, with a few extras thrown in too. For comparison's sake, I'm going to compare the McCarty 594 in the S2 line and the McCarty 594 in the SE line simply because they're the closest things that I have. If we're really honest, there are very few differences between this guitar and the S2 version. So number one, this guitar will have a different cut as far as the top itself goes. This has a shallow violin cut, whereas the S2 is going to have an asymmetrical bevel cut. It's a little bit different. That's all. It's kind of a personal preference thing. This guitar has a flame maple veneer, meaning that it is a very thin piece of wood, flamed piece of wood, that is placed on this top and glued there, versus in a typical S2 McCarty, it's going to have a fully flamed maple top. The entire piece is that way. The one that I have is solid green, so you can't tell that difference. They use the exact same electronics, the exact same pickups. No difference. This neck is a multiply neck, meaning that it is not one solid piece of wood, versus on the S2 it has a solid neck. It uses the same tuners, the same bridge, a lot of the same stuff. So then it really comes down to price and what you value most in the guitar. With this particular guitar, it's very difficult for me to say that the S2 is that much better because it's really not that different. This is my single cut McCarty 594 in the S2 line. As you can see here, it's just a little bit different top. You see that bevel, you see it in the light there, how it changes. It's just a little different. That's all. It's really not a ton of difference between the two of them. Yeah, I love that gray one. I love that gray McCarty 594. It's beautiful. If I did have to vouch for one guitar in the S2 line that they do not have in the SE line, it would be the Vela. This is their first offset design. It is unbelievably light. Sometimes it almost feels like a toy in my hands because it's so light. This particular one is a matte finish, so it has this open pore kind of feel to it. Super comfortable. Being that it's semi-hollow, it's also even lighter than a typical Vela. And it has this particular pickup that they only use in this guitar. This is the D-style pickup. I believe it is patterned after a D-Armond pickup from a long time ago. And then it uses the Starla humbucker in the bridge, which you can coil split. This bridge is also different in that the strings just go right inside these little notches here in the bridge, and you have brass saddles like an older Telecaster. This is just a really different guitar from anything else that I've ever owned, and I will never, ever get rid of this one. So again, with the S2 line, it's really not that different. You don't have a ton of options in the S2 line. The SE line has all of the different artist models that are stripped down a little bit more, but they play extremely well. So it's really up to you as to what you really want to do. It's hard not to go with the SE line, that's for sure. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks for stopping by.